take some notes, but a very, very different technique is going to be used by us. Today, we're going to be focusing on relaxing as we take the notes. We want a lot of ASMR to happen and a ton of tingles to go throughout our brain. So I want you guys to focus specifically on the things that are going to relax you. Today, I have on my microphone. This is so all of you can hear me, even if I end up whispering. It also makes a delightful tapping noise. You can see I also have a pencil and the projector remote. You will be hearing the white noise hum of the projector throughout the presentation. I will most likely be standing in the back of the classroom. That way I can easily read the texts as it comes up on the screen. If at any moment you would like to put your head down during this lesson, feel free to do so. I'm not going to let you get you in trouble, write you up, do anything like that. If you end up falling asleep, just know this is a safe place. Nothing will happen to you while you fall asleep. If you do end up staying awake, I actually might learn some stuff from this presentation. Again, it's on reading strategies. And if you end up staying awake, one person is going to be taking notes for all of us. So you can, again, just focus on relaxing, focus on feeling those tingles. The first thing that you guys need to do is sit in your chair as relaxed as possible. I'm going to head to the back of the classroom. But first, we're going to get the remote so we can click and change the screen. This remote simply changes the screen. Nothing more, nothing less. And it does have a laser pointer. And I'm going to quickly grab another battery from my desk so you don't need to worry about the remote going out on us. That ding will signal the beginning of our lesson, so please take down your notes. Feel free to close your eyes as I talk. The lights are going off. And the hum of the projector is going to start up so we can hear how this will happen. Oh my goodness. Apparently I had to stand up to turn it on. Now I will be in the back of the classroom. Raise your hand if you have a question. The first thing we're going to look at is text. So what is a text? That's the title. And these are your reading strategy notes. A text is anything that can be read. If you need to get closer to the screen, that's okay. And you will see right here is a picture that can help you remember what it's going to be about. Because a text, anything that can be read, includes anything that you have to comprehend or understand, such as books, movies, pictures, or billboards. These are the reader expectations that we expect you to follow as we read a text. The first one that we're going to look at is when you sit properly. So good readers sit properly. They place books flat on the desk or hold books in front of the body. Follow us along as we read and thinks about how they are reading by using strategy, aka metacognition. Now, metacognition is thinking about your own thinking. Also shows respect to others. These are the real reading strategies that we're going to focus on and have been focusing on throughout the year. Reading strategies are techniques and methods that readers use to understand the text. You will notice that the picture has the chessboard. I have this up here because it helps remember that chess is a strategy game. And just like reading, we have to use strategies as well. Prior knowledge. Prior knowledge are things you already know. So you think about what you already know about this subject. You don't have to write this next part, but if you would like to, you can. I'll go up here to the front of the classroom so I can click on each topic. So what do you know about gravity? What do you know about verbs? What do you know about shading if you're an artist? Finally, what do you know about magic? You all know that I absolutely love magic. So think about all the stuff you already know about those different topics, and that is your prior knowledge. That will help you understand the text better. Visualizing. This I will write down for you guys. Visualizing is to see an image in your head about what you are reading. Next, we have the sensory emotional connections, sometimes called the 5+1. Sensory emotional connections are like the movie Inside Out, where all of the characters in the movie have emotions that they were experiencing. And the movie is about the emotions having emotions. So we're going to get an idea of what the character sees, hears, tastes, etc. to help the reader connect with the text. So again, it's what the reader hears throughout the character. So what is the character hearing? The text said that the dog barked. What is the character hearing? The dog barking. So what is the character touching? What is the character smelling? What does the character see? What does the character taste? And last, what does the character think or feel emotionally? Essential or main idea I'm going to merge together. We'll get deeper into the ideas of central or main idea a bit later, but for now we're going to use the definition of the central or main idea is what the text is about. It's the central or main idea that the text is about. So usually found in the first sentence or first paragraph. And you will see I have the light bulb right here. And that light bulb is to show the spark of idea. The author's purpose. Author's purpose is when you read the description of the text and decide whether the author wants to inform, persuade, or entertain you. Informing you tells you facts. Persuading convinces you of something, and entertains you. For review, you decide if it was good or if it was not good. A review is an evaluation of something where you describe the piece. And as high school students, I know that you guys have great reviews of a lot of stuff. And for the adults in the room, you all review stuff every single day. So what did you think about the text? Was it good? Was it bad, and would you recommend it? Literary elements. Literary elements are the parts of a story such as theme, conflict, characterization, symbolism, setting, style, and tone. If you can guess who this guy is, you will get some extra credit. Context clues. Looking at the sentence around the word to help find the word's meaning. So an example would be Mad Libs. Closed sentences. Closed sentences are where you have blanks in a sentence, like what's on the board. So the blank went into space to learn more about the moon and bring information back to the earth. The what went into space. Good, the astronaut went into space. Then the holiday blank is when people dress up and go door to door for candy and to perform tricks. Think about your schema. What do you already know about going door to door for candy and to perform tricks? Good, Halloween. We all have experience doing that, so that's why we know the information that the sentence is giving us is the clue to giving us the word. Last, I went to blank class to learn algebra. Good, I went to math class to learn algebra. Next we have summary. Summary is a short description of a larger text. It describes the main idea and important parts. Textual connections. This comic says text to text, text to self, text to world. Leave it to school to take the fun out of texting. And it's true, for the most part. But of course, class, I try to make this as fun as possible. Filled with tingles and relaxation. So the first textual connections, making text to text, text to self, text to world connections. Relating the text to things that go on in your life. Relating the text to things that go on in other texts, relating the text to things that go on in the world. Next we have inferences, to infer. An inference is making an educated guess about what something means. Before we go on, we're going to do this advertisement together. So this says, please do not lick the page. Down here you will see a cup of Nutella. So, first we have to figure out what is said in the text. We know the text is saying to please not lick the page. We also know the text is saying a jar of Nutella, right down here. And this is the paintbrush that they use to paint the text with. Those are all that we know the text is saying. Next, what is not said in the text? So, why should we not lick the page? This is painted, we're assuming we're inferring, with Nutella. To most people, Nutella is delicious. Personally, I don't like Nutella. But you'd want to lick Nutella off the page, and they're telling you not to do it. So, to us, it's almost like a temptation to lick it off the page. So they are saying that Nutella is delicious. Is the price said on this page? No, so we don't know the price either. And that's what we have to figure out is the game that we're going to play. So how do you play it? I will show you a sentence, and you're going to silently make an inference, an educated guess on what you think the text is about. You will lose participation points for shouting out your answers and ruining others' ASMR experience. So Please be respectful. We want everybody to experience wonderful tingles. I'm going to head to the back of the room again so I can turn this perfectly, and so I can also read the screen and not make mistakes, hopefully. We'll see how good my fluency is. So the first one that we're going to look at is level 1, infer what it is. So it hit the ground, it hit the trees, and it hit Granddad's roof. There was a hole in the roof. It hit him on the nose. What is it? Write it down. Granddad put a pot under it. He went to sleep in the chair. There was another hole in the roof, so it landed on Granddad. What is it? Write it down. Granddad put a boot under it. He went to sleep in the bathtub. There was another hole in the roof, and it landed on Granddad. What do you think it is? Write it down silently. He put a bucket under it. I'll sleep under the table, Granddad said. It came up the steps and across the porch, but Granddad slept on. What is it? It came under the table and Granddad got wet. Help, he said. Then Bob came in his boat. He rowed to the porch and called Granddad. Bob and Granddad rowed across the fields. Write down what you think it is. The answer is rain or water. This is level 2. Again, infer what it is. Please remain silent and respectful of others' ASMR experience. It is really colorless, but when light rays reflect off of it, surface, it looks white. What do you think it is? Think about the clues the text is giving you. Sometimes it can turn black or brown when it's mixed with factory dust, or yellow when it mixes with airborne pine tree pollen. Sometimes it looks light and delicate. What is it? A cubic foot of it may weigh only 6 pounds, but when it is compressed it can weigh up to 30 pounds a cubic foot, powerful enough to crush buildings. It is one of nature's best insulators. Hold the thermometer just above it and look at the temperature. Now put the thermometer inside of it and see how much warmer it reads. Good, you guys are catching on and writing what it is. Farmers know that snow holds heat in the ground and keeps their seeds from freezing. The answer is snow, and it gives it away on that last sentence. Level 3, you're going to infer the animal. Males use horns for fighting each other when competing for females. What animal do you think it is? When grazing on exposed grassland, they are constantly on the lookout for predators. Their coat patterns are like human fingerprints. No two have the same pattern. Their young are born with the same distinctive body shape and pattern of an adult. Relatives of cattle and antelope, these hooved mammals usually live in small herds. Please do not get up yet. We are not finished with the lesson. That was only second lunch's bell. They will kick out with their plate-sized hooves to protect themselves or their young from lions or other predators. They feed on twigs and leaves from the top of trees that other animals can't reach. The answer? Oh, excuse me, I'm not finished. They are the tallest animals living on the land. The answer is a giraffe. The last one, level 4, what is it? Suddenly I could hear it making noise pounding on the roof of the house. Thunder boomed and lightning flashed. A dog and cat ran under the bed. What is it? I wanted to see the storm, so I timidly peeked out into the night from my bedroom window. I could see something bouncing into the sidewalk and gathering into white little pieces. It was summertime, but whole bits were falling from the sky. I've heard that sometimes it could get to the size of golf balls or break car windows. But ours was only the size of peas. After the storm was over, my mom let me go outside to get a few pieces, and I watched them melt away. I tasted one and it tasted salty. It is hail, is certainly an odd kind of weather. Text structure. Text structure is stanza, scene, and flashbacks. You get a packet for this, so don't worry about writing it down. Text features. These are important to know, especially for reading articles. Text features are parts of the text that help the reader get an idea of what the text is about, such as the title, subtitle, picture, dates, bold italicized words, headers, names, caption, or text boxes. Here we have the picture of a newspaper. I'm going to come out and point out different text features. Right up here, we have the text feature of a title. Right here, senior ball to be held in local Elks Club, is the subtitle. Remember, sub is a prefix, which means under, like submarine, underwater. Substitute, subbing, under for something else, so under something else. It's not the main one, it's not the original one. We also have subway, like in New York. Where do those trains go? Good, they go underground, so subway is underway. Then we have a picture of a woman holding a guitar here. And we have another article right here, the name of the author right here. We have all these different text features telling us what this article is going to be about from the newspaper. We can put these text features together to infer and to put these context clues together to infer what this article will be about. Next, we have pre-reading strategies. Pre-reading strategies are what you do before you read to help you understand the text. That is like determining the purpose. Ask yourself, why am I reading this? Is it to entertain, to inform, to persuade, to answer questions, or to form an opinion? Next, it would be preview the text. Looking at text features before you read to get an idea of what it's about. So how is the text laid out? Short and long paragraphs? Are the text in chunks, stanzas, boxed information, illustrations, graphs, charts? What text features do I see? Bold, italics, highlights, headings, phrases, dialogue, etc. So what is your previous knowledge, your prior knowledge, or your schema? What do I already know about the topic? Do I have any real-life experience with the subject? Have I read about this type of text before? What do I know about the genre? So if it's poetry, short story, news reports, etc., what comes to mind after reading the title? Do I know the author? Next, we're going to do predictions. So what do I think the text will be about? And then questions. What do I want to learn? Then we have skim versus scan. First, skim is reading to get an overall understanding of the topic, the content of the text. So you're skimming to get an overall, like an umbrella holds itself overall. We also have an eye in the middle of skim. And this eye is like the overall watchtower that sees everything overall. So skim is overall understanding, whereas scan is when you read something to locate specific information, where you're looking for that something specific with binoculars. So you're scanning with binoculars for specific information. As for this last slide, compare, contrast, cause and effect, problem, solution, description or list, sequence, time or in order. You get a packet for it, so please don't worry about writing it down. As I said, that is the last slide of this presentation. If you're still awake, you can put away your notes. Have you fallen asleep? I am glad that you are relaxed enough to fall asleep. And if you would like another lesson similar to this in the future, please just tell me. I'd be more than happy to do that for you guys. I hope you experienced many tingles and found deep relaxation. As for the rest of the day, I hope you have a very positive day, and I'm happy you were able to come after school. So, have a creepy day, and I hope you sleep well.